Hey everybody, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars. I've got this really cool 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. And got out here early this morning, and that's the first cloudy morning we've had here in Georgia in a long time. Little indicator lights are on. I went ahead and turned the lights on. We're gonna go take it for a quick spin. This is really a survivor car for the most part. It's had a paint job and carpet, and basically other than that is original, which is awesome. Unfortunately, somebody did put speakers in the doors. You can hear the music a lot better with them in there, but it's not my favorite. And there are panels. You can replace that panel. All right, I'm gonna put my seatbelts on. Let's see if we can do this. All right, here we go. Safety first. So this thing's got all its seat belts, which is awesome. The seat belt's dangling up. Bench seat in the middle here. I've got my water bottle. And the seat's in the back, which is awesome. So this is one of those cars, every once in a while I got to give somebody a special instructions and say, don't pump the gas a lot when you go to crank up that truck or that car. This is one of them. I just got in it, touch the key, and it fires right up. The engine is just one of the smoothest running engines I've experienced in a long time. Just sat there and popped the hood, and we'll do it in a second, rev the engine. It's just amazing how smooth it is. The transmission shifts smoothly. I mean, as far as a driving experience is concerned, it's everything you would expect from a Oldsmobile. I mean, it's your father's Oldsmobile. So drives perfectly straight. It's got power brakes. We've been feeling like, yeah, they're pulling a little bit to the right, and probably need to be bled because they do stop, but they are pulling to the right a little bit. Power steering, and it steers absolutely perfect. So here I am in the cul-de-sac. I mean, super easy. And I love these old boats. The third car that we ever purchased for Peachtree Classic Cars was actually a, I'm gonna turn back around here and show you guys the car from over here. Third car I ever bought, really before we even started the business, was a 66 Cutlass convertible. And we had a lot of Mustangs, but that Cutlass gives us a lot of awesome memories. Just looking to see if the dash lights will come on. No. Dash lights are not coming on even when I turn the knob. So, oh, there they are. They are turning on. Okay, cool. I don't know if that's visible there. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Turn those lights back off. Wipers, they work low and high. There's high, there's low, there's off. One of the great things about this, like I said, I consider this basically to be, well, almost a survivor. I said that when I started, and then to be honest, you know, with a speaker in the door or a old school CD player from the 90s or whatever, it does not have the original steering wheel. So there's a few little things that maybe aren't exactly original and perfect, but that being said, I mean, this dash is original, and the previous owner, he said, he thinks the mileage is original, just over 100,000. But I mean, just that one little crack on the dash. It's got air conditioning, and here's what's awesome. Let's see, is if you can hear this in the, just rev it up a little. It's still cold. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this in the. I hope that you can hear that in the video, but in fact I'm going to leave it running for just a second because the air compressor under the hood does kick on, and the air conditioning does work. It is the old school surviving original air conditioner. Let's see, got a primary there, secondary here. You can see that compressor is running there. And like I said, going off the information from the previous owner, this is the original drivetrain. Really smooth running 350 with a 350 rocket transmission. It's got a newer alternator, and basically it looks like everything that's original is under the hood. But every single time we've come out to turn this car on, you barely touch the gas and it fires right up. I mean, I don't even really like I said earlier, don't even like touching it. You know, would crank it, fires right up. If it doesn't, you tap the gas one time, it fires right up, sits there and just wants to warm up and get ready to go for the day. Inner fender wells are in great shape. This is a very minimal rust car, but somewhere along the way somebody did do a couple of little repairs and probably did a little body filler, and I'm going to show that here in just a second. Emblems are present. A little bit of overspray, you know, spots like this is a driver quality paint job. I would say, you know, when you take it to the paint shop and you say, I would like an affordable paint job, give me a color match to the original color, or at least as close as possible, and then let's just do it affordably. And that's what this car looks like. When you get right up on it, the body lines are straight and the emblems are in original condition. I showed earlier that those lights were working. And going down the sides, the trim was taken off for it to be painted. I believe it was, at least. I say that. Okay, I may want to take that back. I just noticed a little spot of overspray there. But I was thinking that, like I said, again, I go off a lot of the information from the person who owned it before us. And he told me that, you know, all the emblems were taken off, all of the trim was taken off and when it was painted. So the dash is in great shape. I know a lot of people look for things like rust up in these spots, and it looks to be rust free. The hood is in great shape as well. It does have a couple of spots when you're looking where it just kind of looks like maybe just a touch wavy, or if it's not the paint, it's the, I think it could just be the paint. And like I said, I mean, this is a 10-footer, you know, is what I would call it. I mean, I'm literally standing about 8 feet away from the car right now, and it looks awesome. If you get right up on it and get nitpicky with it, there's a few spots. So the door lines are great. Body lines are awesome. There is evidence that there was some rust in the trunk here, and I think that they probably used some body filler before they painted it. Probably rather than skimming or putting a new piece of steel in. How about that old squeaky door? Every time I open that thing, it reminds me of my grandma's house. Let's see, so we got a separate set of keys for the trunk. But I wanted to show this real quick because it appears that they probably skim coated this where there may have been some rust there. And so there are just a few little bubbles here. And I don't see that all around the car. I just see it on this trunk. And maybe there was like a couple of other spots we'll go looking for. The trunk itself looks like it's in great shape. It appears to be rust free. There's no spare tire or carpet. They did not paint, they did not open up the trunk and paint. So you can see the old, new paint versus the old. A little bit of surface rust here, but it looks like overall this is in good shape. And the bumpers appear to be original, so they're weathered. As far as body lines are concerned, I hope you can see this. It is a very straight car. A little tiny spot where the paint got chipped right there. Trim looks great. The other thing, that's what I love about this too. Sometimes you find these cars and there's trim pieces missing. And the trim just looks awesome. Wheels are original. There were a couple of lugs missing. Oh, you know what I'm gonna say? There's a lug missing from each wheel. And I had intended on replacing those. We'll see if we can find those. They removed the locking lug nut from each side, and so each one at this point on the video has 4 lug nuts. So glass is in awesome shape. The top looks really great. A little bit of overspray right there. I think that could be buffed off. Your Cutlass Supreme emblem is good. A couple of tiny bubbles here. And this is what I was saying. Around the car, there's a couple of little spots. Down the pillars look great. Bottoms of the doors look good. The grille looks good. Like I said, the bumpers are original, so they look original, but in good shape. Survivor original. All the windows roll up and down. A little squeaky. They roll down easily. Rockers look good inside. And it's got the original upholstery except for new carpet. And like I said earlier, all the seat belts are there. The dash is in awesome shape. I think that the original air conditioning is running still probably on R12. There are some cocktails that you can buy. I call them that they're a blend of refrigerants that you can use to refill the R12. This back seat looks like it was barely ever sat in. Of course, the lights work there. This dome light, I never got it to shine. No, it's not turning on. So using the knob there like I was earlier. So original seat, it's got 1 spot in it, and I thought about having the upholstery guy or the seamstress seal that spot up. I've done that in the past with seats like this because it's the original upholstery and the rest of it is in such amazing condition. Headliner is also in great shape. Let's take a quick look underneath. Nice and solid. Still drum brakes on all 4, but it does have power, like I said. Main thing is the frame, inner fender wells, all this I'm finding to be rust free. A little bit of overspray inside there, of course, but going down the rockers, they look awesome. This was one of the things I was impressed with when I go to buy a vehicle or we could do a consignment. The very first thing I do just about is lay down on the ground and look underneath it. I want to see what these rockers look like. They look amazing. Frame rails. I mean, there's a little surface rust, that's normal. These frame rails and floor pans look great. And I didn't find any rust to speak of when we were looking at it. Inner fender well. Around the back, original style exhaust, still here. Looks like the original fuel tank, which is really cool. And inside here, I mean, no rust. These are the spots that I'm looking for the most on these old, I call them old boats. You know, these old Oldsmobiles and Buicks and Chevrolets, Fords. Back here, underneath in the fender wells, hopefully there we go, the camera will adjust there. These are the spots that have a tendency to rust. Also, back here, and it is nice and solid all the way along the back. Passenger side. Rockers look the same as they do on the other side. Incredible shape. Really, really solid. Same with the frame. And the floor pans under here look amazing. Exhaust looks good. It was replaced at some point. You can see the coupling that was done there. Here's the rest of the floor pans. I moved a little fast there. Sorry about the lighting. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and I thought it would lighten up a little bit more, but man, that looks great. Passenger side inner fender. And I know I'm running a little long here, guys, but I just was trying to be thorough. show everything that I could think of to show. So there you have it. The horn's not working, but man, this thing's a great driver. It's beautiful, and you just don't see them as often. I love 1970, great body. This is going to make somebody an awesome driver. It's really ready to jump in and go. The stereo does work, at least the radio part of it does. And I think it's ready to jump in, throw your seatbelts on, fill the gas tank up, get you a cooler with some drinks, and go have a fun fall with this awesome Cutlass Supreme. PeachtreeClassicCars.com. Give us a call. Our phone number is on our website, and we look forward to hearing from you.